Well, good evening. Just about, Melissa and I are talking tonight as we were preparing. It's just been about a year since we started this relationship, and she's stuck with me, so I'm pretty happy about that. But we sent out a week ago financial reports through second quarter. We're on a calendar year, so it's not quite the same as the city. But I'll go through that, and then Melissa and I'll kind of share some of the other information, and hopefully we'll have some time for question and answers, and if we don't have too full agenda, we can plan a new sports arena and some other things. But anyway, so, and Councilman Chris Laughlin can help us with that. So anyway, performance through June of 2025. Of course, significantly, the contract payments that we received from the city of Ogallala are very beneficial. That's really what carries us uh, into the positive most of the time, but we're also very pleased with the performance of our membership, sitting at 68,000 at this point in the year. I'd love to know what it was city-wise a year ago. I don't know if Jane provided that.
8,000?
Yeah, we're right, for our calendar year, we're 68,000 membership.
Oh, for revenue.
Yeah, for revenue.
Okay, I was
So I,
Not members.
yeah, so, yeah, 68,000 members, yeah, we brought in Greater Omaha. So I'm very pleased with that, but I'd love to know a comparison, so maybe we can check that out. A couple of things that are important to note on our revenue lifeguard training, which has always been very important when you have a pool facility like ours. And then also that concession stand revenue, I'm pretty pleased with that. And Melissa and I have been conferring tonight, there's probably in the month of July another 500 or so that we could add on to that. So at the Western Diamonds, we're done with that, but we still have at the outdoor pool until school starts, we'll be selling concessions, so we're pretty pleased with that. And that was a new venture, Melissa's idea, and it was a great idea, so. On the expense side, our big factor is labor. We had our third of our highest payrolls. The last three have been the highest payrolls in the history of the YMCA, including today. So that's kind of exciting in a way because it really shows that you're growing and you're expanding. When we make payroll and pay our bills, we know we're doing well. So very happy about that. Otherwise, you see kind of a breakdown of expenses. We did expense everything we have purchased for the concession stand. So we didn't really do like an inventory like the cost of goods sold. So technically, we put $4,500 in and generated close to $6,000 in revenue. That's not too bad. I don't know if we'll carry any inventory over into next year, whether we'll just expense that and start over again. But I wanted to pinpoint electricity, or point out electricity and gas. We know they're higher, but I do anticipate when we go back to the Y and run the indoor pool that it's going to be much, much more affordable and economical because of all the work we've done there. So I talked about concession stand supplies. So through half a year, second quarter on a cash account basis, we're standing at a positive 37. A lot of that will get consumed down a bit in the next few payrolls. However, we also have two more pool payments and another half a year of contract payments for the Y facility. So I think we'll exceed budget. I think we'll blow budget out of the water, honestly, because I think performance is. But I probably shouldn't say that. Should never say that in public. But something will happen.
We're just cautiously optimistic.
We're very cautiously optimistic. But any questions about the financial reports? Very pleased. And before I turn it over to Melissa, having this been a year, I mentioned this to Kevin today. I couldn't be more pleased with how things are going here. And she's a big factor. Melissa is the key to it. She makes things happen. I have trust and confidence in her, and she knows she has my support. She gets rid of me for short periods of time, but I always seem to come back. But thank you. I really appreciate it. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
All right, tell us a little bit about stuff. Oh, wait, yeah, tell us about membership.
Membership. So as of March 31st of this year, we are at 1,630 memberships. As of currently today, because I couldn't go back to June, we're at 1,718 memberships. So that's about a 5.7% increase. I'd say we probably did about 30 memberships so far in July, and I know we'll have a pretty big increase because Adams Bank needs to renew their corporate memberships. I know the county is. I've heard rumors, I don't know if it's true, that possibly the gym and Grant closed, because we've had a lot of Grant people coming and purchasing memberships and they don't have anywhere to go, so we'll probably see a pretty good increase in July.
That'd be great.
How about the Oasis? What's going on there?
We've had a few issues with the boiler, as normal. Last week was pretty rough because we had to wait for the part, so I think the water dropped down to 76 degrees, so there's some really cold kids in the pool. I was not brave. I rescheduled. Wasn't doing it. Otherwise, we've kind of just been waiting to install the slide pump. I don't know, have you kind of shared any of that, Kevin?
Some, yeah, go ahead then.
With so we ordered the slide pump last year from Darby, but the bolt pattern and the way the pipe comes into the pump does not match what we have now. So we have to plumb quite a bit of the slide to use the new pump motor. So we're just letting it run and just hoping that it makes it till the end of the year. If we turn the slide off for too long, we have to prime the pump each time. So we just leave it on unless we absolutely have to turn it off. So,
But it's there.
it's there. It's waiting.
So this new motor we have though, I mean, with the fitting and the alignment, that is the way to go. So if that motor goes bad, we can get another motor and a bolt right on.
If we buy the right one.
Which the new one will be better because it does have its own filter basket, so it's set up a lot like the pool pump in the boiler room is. So it's gonna catch all the leaves and the debris, so that the impeller and the parts last longer in the pump itself, and hopefully we'll get more usage out of it. So, as far as water loss with the pool, I know for several years that we probably had a leak somewhere underground. We've kind of discussed what we want to do with that. It's not going to affect operations, it just affects your water bill. So that's something to think about for the future.
Is it better since we pulled all the caulk out? It's not better.
And the caulking isn't staying. There's several spots where it's falling
On
apart.
the wall or
Mhm.
on the wall, because
The
the concrete's deteriorating.
Yeah, the concrete to the pool itself, and like we did several patches on the concrete that were caulking, and they've already started to crumble. And I don't know if you've been around a kid who likes to pick scabs, but the same kids like to pick holes in your wall.
So perhaps when we shut down, we'll leave it full for a bit, and we'll see if it then that'd give us indications from the tub. So
Do you have any idea what we lose through evaporation?
No, I don't. But an example would be yesterday we were closed because our chemical balance was off, and the only way to fix the cyanuric acid that was way too high was to add fresh water. So I filled it plenty high enough, and no one was in it yesterday. But yet, I would say probably between me shutting the water off at 3 o'clock yesterday and coming in at 5 a.m., I would say we lost at least an inch or two of water overnight.
which is
And we didn't have that issue when we first filled it and didn't have it running because we filled it earlier. So I think it's something with the system on the ground. So,
It'll be interesting once it gets below the skimmers to see how, because I think some of that water is getting lost behind the skimmers.
could be.
it could be.
We're not overly concerned, but it's just something we have to be aware of.
It's been like that for a long time. So, staffing wise, we're doing good. We have a pretty good staff, I'd say. I think the same 8 people work every day though. Even though I'm staff of maybe 15 cards, so that's pretty normal though. That's nothing new. Otherwise, I think that's about it. Do you have any questions about the
I think yesterday was the first time all season we had it caused it to shut down. The rest of the time, it's just been weather shutdowns. Otherwise, we've been open since June 1. So.
And it was only because, I guess, at the west side where I live, 2 blocks from the pool, we lost power for like 2 seconds. And typically that's not enough to trip it to stay off the system. So that happened Saturday night. Well, the guards didn't check anything like they should have on Sunday. So the pool wasn't filtering all day Sunday. So. We can talk about concessions a little more. I think that it went really well. I mean, doing deposits, we made a good amount each night. I think it was a good deal. I gotta say, Gabby Caskey and Melinda Nielsen and Marley Irving did a really good job running it. Gabby kind of just took the reins and did most of it. I really didn't have to do much besides do the initial order, so she did a really good job. She made my life easy. So, yeah.
I went and helped one night. I was massive help. I got like 3 candy bars and something else, and shook some hands. But it was fun. It's busy. It's active. It's what we like to do. So that was a good idea.
Yeah.
It was a good idea.
Thank you. Sometimes I
Yeah.
every once in a while. We do want to thank you for the self-propelled treadmill. It gets a lot of usage. A lot of people like that. And the torso twist machine or the ad machine it's Uncle Bob's favorite machine. He was very upset when I got rid of the last one, so I'm sure he's happy now. I haven't seen him. Otherwise, everyone else has been really excited that we have that machine back too. And then we did get a donation for an ad platform. And do setups on it basically. It looks like a torture device to me. But I think equipment wise, the things that we've added, I've heard really good things about, and people are really happy. So thank you.
I watched the cameras, and it's probably the busiest summer I've seen. And walking by the parking lot, going home at night, the parking lot has more activity. Other than, I mean, they're not splash pads, they're in the.
Yeah.
They're in the
I would say
they're
this
in
is
the gym.
the busiest consistency that I've ever seen. And I think a lot of it also is all the out of town people that are here for all the different projects in town. Because a lot of the memberships I've done are not for people in town. They're working on the resort. I guess there's a big project in Madrid going on. There's another big project out by the lake, possibly, like the road or something. So there's quite a few people here out of town from work too. So that's fun.
Do you have any count on how many members of the Y from out of town can use the facility?
It's a little tough to track because it's a different system. It's called the nationwide system, but I certainly know that there are some, and I know that our members have planned summer adventures so they can use their Y cards. I'm pretty pleased about that. It's definitely there, but it's tough to track because they technically don't scan in our system. So.
I haven't used it that often. I would say I used it quite a bit during Christmas with a lot of the college kids being back because they purchased Y memberships, you know, in Kearney and Lincoln and Omaha. So I would say Christmas was the most that I have used it nationwide. I think I've used it maybe 2 times this summer. Yeah. We are getting some of our city budget work done. You know, that's coming up here soon, so we're gonna sit down and put our wish list together.
Right. Yeah, we hope to have that, you know, there's a deadline in a week and a half. We're gonna work on it quite a bit tomorrow morning early and then kind of perfect at the end of next week. So we appreciate the opportunity to do that. That's a key part of the partnership. We really appreciate that.
And, you know, with Melissa's job too, you know, her staff tends to skew younger. So I think based out of all of the other departments and all of Ogallala, when you look at just the YMCA, it's typically young kids from that 14 to 18-ish realm. And, you know, keep everybody wrangle, everybody accountable. It's not always easy. So
I joke and say I put children
them all engaged, and that's easier said than done with teenagers.
I get all the communications, I'm on the text thread, so I can tell when she's not happy. And so can the kids, and they respond pretty well. They got a great compliment from Amber yesterday, the way they're covering for each other and filling in, because they can do that, and that is true. I'm very pleased with that. It's good stuff. So anyway, to wrap up, 2 weeks ago we had some leadership meetings in town. On the Wednesday of that week, we listed 6 YMCA's. Western Nebraska, which means from Grand Island on west. It's not really Western Nebraska by my view, but great facility at the library, good interactions, took them to lunch, toured our facilities. Melissa's comment was, doesn't matter where your Y is or the size of your Y, we all have the same problems. So she got to network into that and got to meet some of those people. They were fairly impressed. I think we had the most exciting stuff to talk about. Nobody else seemed that excited about it as we were. And we were pleased to show them this facility and what we're doing in this town. And, take them up and make them eat a real burger. So that was good. That was really good. And the next day we hosted some economic development discussions ahead of the board meeting. Chris participated in that. And our board chair, Tim Beeshan, who is an Ogallala native, was here also. And then we had representatives from the county and from the chamber and a little bit of the school, from the school sports side, wrestling coach, and economic development. So good discussion. And Chris, maybe you can add some of your reflections on that.
It was an overall discussion on just the different things that people have dreamed about in the area, and then how do we continue to put that vision together into a plan? How do you continue to roll that across all the different groups? I think from every single group that was there, I think everybody came around with a positive feeling. Joan from the county was there, myself. When you talked to Gene, he wasn't at that meeting, but went and visited with him the following Tuesday about it. Most of the stuff that we're looking at is going to take, it's a community-wide project. It's going to start at the community level, starting from that point of how and what they're looking at, and then creating that synergy with all the different groups together. We'll take everybody, but there's some great ideas out there. They're moving it kind of into that phase 2 of realizing what that's going to look like. They're reaching out to some of the different colleges and universities in Nebraska to possibly get a partnership to do some kind of hand-in-hand, maybe 3D modeling kind of ideas, so they can kind of present, here's our vision, here's our dream for the area, and see what people like, what they don't like. I think very positive response there. I think everybody's open to just seeing what those options are going to be, and then how we can all work together to see that we can improve that.
Yeah, it was good. And anything the Y can do to be the catalyst, the center, the coordinator, what we're very willing to do. We're committed to this community. We're very pleased with how things have gone so far. We enjoy the partnership with the city and starting to develop the other partnerships. I know I always want to run when sometimes we should jog a little bit. So I think we'll probably jog along for a while. But it was definitely very positive.
Well, there's strength in doing everything together. That was kind of the biggest thing that we took away from it is, for too long, all the groups kind of do their own thing. And because of that, we have a lot of separate items, separate ideas, and then we tend to go, okay, well, it wasn't even big enough, or if we would have just had X, Y, Z, it would have been different. So trying to bring everybody together on a single vision, I think is going to be an important thing that we all came away with on there. We get that community support from the ground up.
Then we concluded the day with a board meeting. I think it was a 36-minute meeting. Chris, for once, didn't have to zoom in, but we had other people who did. And I was very pleased with how that turned out. And it was fun again to kind of highlight our facility and highlight Melissa and the work that she's doing down here for us. So good interaction, and we really appreciate it. So things are working quite well. I don't know if I could be any more pleased, honestly. And I hope the city council feels the same. So Anything else, Steve?
I'm good. I think you guys are doing a great job. Seems like the community's happy with, you know, the progress we've made, so keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. All right, now we're gonna go work on the budget.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.